Hey guys, this is Craft Classy and I'm Carolyn. Today I have for you 3 thrift store flips, upcycles, makeovers, whatever you'd like to call them. I like to do mostly Dollar Tree crafts, but occasionally I'll throw in some of these flips. I really like how they turned out and I hope you do too. Let's jump into it. So I found this file box, this metal file box from the Goodwill. It was in pretty good shape. It has a little bit of rust on it, but not much. The handle was great. The latch was great. The inside was in really good shape. And as soon as I saw it, I knew exactly what I wanted to do with it. And for $3, I thought it was a great price. I'm going to be making a first aid box, and you can find these online. Most of the time, they're going to be around $50, $60. I've been on the lookout for some for a while. Right now, at the time of making this video, there is one at Walmart for $25, which is a good deal, but it's a little on the small side. The $60 ones are usually a pretty big box. But there are other options. You could get the Christmas metal tins from Dollar Tree and make them over, and it would be a small first aid kit, but it would still be very cute. And then also they have one option I thought would work would be these ammo boxes from Walmart. They're just $12, and I think that would work out as well. So this box did come with a key, but I won't be needing it. I'm just going to remove this sticker. It was on there pretty well with this scraper I got from Dollar Tree. It's like a razor scraper. Then I will clean up the old adhesive with this 100% acetone. I'm going to use this sanding sponge I got from the Dollar Tree just to clean up the box and remove really anything. Give it a good cleaning and sand some of the rusty areas. That's always good to do. And then wipe it down with a damp cloth and allow it to dry before painting. This is with one light coat of paint, and I ended up doing about 4 coats. Now you can find this plus symbol. I think I just did a search for first aid symbol, and then I printed it out on cardstock to the size that I needed. And I'm just going to take this marker and draw out our first aid symbol. You can paint the box and the first aid symbol in whichever colors you'd like to match your decor. I'm going to paint mine in this Burnt Umber by Apple Barrel. I am going to organize all our first aid supplies in this box, and it will sit on a shelf in my bathroom. This next flip was very easy. I'm always on the lookout for some old-fashioned looking picture frames. I found these at Goodwill for $2 each, and they're painted this gold color, which I like okay, but these were plastic frames, and I wanted to give them an older look and maybe a more wood look as well, and so I'm using this Antique Wax by Waverly and this paintbrush from Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to lightly go around the frame, especially in the like raised areas and grooves, and put this antique wax on it, not very, just lightly, not very generously, just to give it an aged look and maybe trick the eye to where it doesn't look so plastic. This is exactly what this antique wax is for, to use lightly and to get down into the grooves and the raised areas to give things a more aged effect. You know, what an item would look like after it being around for years and years, just to give it a patina. Now online, you can find on the website of many museums free artwork that you can download, high resolution images, and as long as they are, you know, very old, if the artist has long since passed, different countries have different rules about, you know, copyrights and everything, but I always use very, very old artwork so I know I'm safe to use it. And so it's a very good resource for people to be able to get free artwork for their homes. In America, I think it's before 1923. It's a pretty safe bet that it is now in the public domain because it's that old. And then in some countries, for example, the UK, I think it's 70 years after the artist has passed. So it's hard to tell on camera, but these frames look a lot better. They look a lot less plastic. They look, you know, hanging on a wall, someone will probably think that they are wood instead of plastic, and that's what I was going for. I just printed out the two images on paper, and I'm just going to use the backing here, which also had the image on it that came in the frames, to trace around for the size that I'm going to need for my art. And there's really nothing wrong with the art that came in them. It's okay, but I like these florals much better. For the last flip, we have this easel here, this easel type thing from the Goodwill, of course. It was just a few bucks, and it doesn't stand very well. It's easily knocked over, maybe it was homemade and then they just didn't make it quite balanced enough for it to stay standing. But I'm going to clean it up and see if I can fix its balance problem. And I'm just taking, it has some glue on it. I'm just taking this razor scraper from the Dollar Tree and I'm going to clean it up and give it a light sanding. So to fix the falling over issue, I'm just going to extend the stand on the back using a few tumbling tower blocks from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to attach them using some wood glue. Now that the glue has set up and this piece doesn't fall over easily anymore, I have to really push it over for it to fall over. I'm going to give it a coat of antique wax by Waverly all over it, the front and back. And that way it'll also make the extension on the stand blend in with the piece as well as if it was supposed to be there or has always been there. So you just brush on the antique wax and then wipe away the excess. It's a lot like stain, except it's not as smelly and doesn't stain your hands as bad, and it's water-based. I have these clips here from the Dollar Tree, and it's a metal clip and it has a little tiny nail on the back of it for attaching it to the to your surface. I took it outside and spray painted it a copper color, and now here I am attempting to hammer this little nail, but the front of the clip was in the way of hammering, and I just for some reason could not figure out how am I going to hammer this little nail into this wood. And I hammered off some of the paint and had to go back later and fix it. But my husband said, you need a nail head sinker. I was like, of course. So that worked like a charm, and it just slipped right through the hole, and I was able to nail the clip to the board, and it worked out great. I had some acrylic copper colored paint and it matched my spray paint perfectly, so I just dabbed a little on there to cover up where I hammered off some of my spray paint. This works out great for a 5x7 print, and so that's probably what I'll keep in it most of the time, except when I'm using it as a recipe holder in my kitchen on my counter, and I just love how it turned out. Thank you so much for hanging out today. I hope I inspired you to give an old item a facelift. Some things have potential and good bones and just need a little love. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and please do subscribe. It would help my channel out greatly. Have a wonderful day.